So as somebody who struggled for decades to find peace, joy, happiness, but now I enjoy life, living my best life, I have noticed a few things on being on both sides. So I'm going to share it with you because I find it interesting. So I just need to preface this by saying there are basically like two types that I have noticed. Number one, there's the people who are like myself who just cannot find joy. They've never felt joy for a good portion of their life. Like even if they're having an okay time in life, it's still like, well, I don't really feel anything. Then that brings me to the second one where the person is kind of starts off pretty good and they do have moments of joy, and then something happens and they get to a really, really low point in their life, and they have to work through it, right? So that's kind of the two groups that I've known. Both of them suck. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but you get it. So the thing that I've noticed, and this is actually what I wanted to talk about, is that I have seen in a lot of self-development where the people who are usually from the second group, who write a book or talk about on their podcast, and they're talking about how they experienced something that brought them really, really low. And then they share their experience of how they got out of it and how they became the person they are today, which is awesome. The thing is being from the group that suffered my whole life, I would listen to these people and I thought it was the same thing. I thought because they got out of it, if I did what they did, it would help me get out of it. And then when it didn't work or I couldn't follow through, I'd really shame myself and I'd be like, what is wrong with me? They did it. Why can I not do it? What I found is typically the thing that helps the people that have something bring them down versus the people who just have been down their whole life, they're two different things. But from the outside, they genuinely look the exact same. As I was thinking about this, it popped into my head the idea of a headache and a migraine. From the outside, both of those look very, very similar. If you tell your symptoms, they seem very similar. But to fix them are different things. When I finally understood that, I really stopped shaming and guilting myself, and I'm really excited for people who find stuff that works for them. Like, that's awesome. But knowing this, it allowed me to look at myself and go, okay, that's great that worked for them. However, we're different, and that's okay.